So it is now official. President Biden has stepped out of the upcoming presidential election. He has said in a statement that yes, he's done a lot of great things over the past 3.5 years. However, it is now his time to step away. One of the reasons why this is a major and breaking news is because over the past several days, President Biden has been very clear, has been telling friends, family, and obviously his administration that he is doing just fine. He wants to go full force, full steam ahead. Well, he's been with his family over the past several days. President Biden, if you don't know, he has tested positive for COVID. So because of that, he has been back in Delaware with his family, the closest friends and his family. Now, according to reports, they are saying that they believe President Biden and his family have been spending some time together talking about this and discussing what the future looks like for him as well as the family. Keep in mind, President Biden is 81 years old. Okay, he's 81 years old. That should be, there should be a cutoff. There should be an age limit for elected officials. However, that is not something that we have implemented here in the United States just yet. Now, is that going to be coming? Possibly. But the biggest thing, and I talked about this morning, I was very clear. The concern is that the American people have no clue what is coming. We don't know who the next Democratic nominee is going to be. As of right now, President Biden has decided to throw his support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. But Vice President Kamala Harris has said that she would welcome the support, but she wants to win the nominee. She wants to win it through the process. That is exactly what Senator Joe Manchin said as well, is that Democrats should have a formal process so they can choose who the next person is. Now, with that said, this is where things get interesting. We have heard multiple names be thrown about. Vice President Kamala Harris is one of them. We've also heard about Hillary Clinton. We've heard about the governor of California, Governor Gavin Newsom. We've also heard about Whitmer out of Michigan. We've heard about who's the other one? Hillary Clinton. Michelle Obama. Can't forget about her. We've had a lot of names thrown about. Now, on August 19th, I believe that's the date. That is when Democrats are going to have to submit their actual nominee. Okay, I believe that's the final day. And with that said, we have, time's running out. We don't have a lot of time left. And that's the reason why some are speculating that Democrats had to make this decision almost immediately. Keep in mind, President Biden is suffering from COVID, whatever suffering means these days, I don't know, but he did test positive. So there's likely he's likely experiencing some issues. That's probably what his family is seeing, and one of the reasons why they not told him, but encouraged him. Step away, do that now. You cannot run. You're not in the right state of mind. You don't have the proper health to be out there on the campaign trail. Now, does former President Donald Trump? Well, I don't know, but he is in much better health than President Biden is at this time. So, one of the things that I was reading just a short while ago is I was reading a lot of different articles, and in these articles they were talking about who the next president could be, and saying that the American people have no idea what their policies are, where they stand as far as immigration, as far as anything as far as Social Security. President Biden has been adamant since day one of his campaign that he would not raise taxes on anybody making less than $400,000 per year. And I said this back when he was first discussing this. I said that Democrats were going to find a way to get him to back off of that stance. Well, guess what? This is one way to do it. I guarantee the next president or the next, Democratic nominee is not going to go with anybody making less than $400,000 will not see a penny more in taxes because they can't. That's where Social Security was held up. That's where many other bills were held up as far as funding. Ukraine could have got so much more money, but that was not something that Democrats wanted to do because President Biden made a promise: if you make less than $400,000 per year, you would not pay a penny more in taxes. But guess what? That's all going to change. Now, do I see Republicans passing a bill that includes anybody that makes a single dollar, they're going to see their taxes increase? No. I don't think Republicans go for a tax increase, but what I do see is if we have to increase taxes somewhere, it's going to be for every single person, not just those that are making over $400,000 per year. Now, here's the next thing. We don't know who the next president is going to be for Democrats. We just don't know who their options are. At the same time, we also don't know who the vice president could be. Okay? We know who Republicans have. We have former President Donald Trump. We also have J.D. Vance. As far as Democrats, we have the options of Kamala Harris, Michelle Obama, Gretchen Whitmer. There's many other names that have been thrown out there as well. But this is why the going through the election process, going through the formal nomination is key to make sure that that person is the one that the voters want. At this time, Joe Biden was not the person that the voters wanted. You could tell he was deteriorating. Again, he's 81 years old. He's held a position. And keep in mind, before he was vice president, before he was president, he was vice president, and then he was a senator. Okay? And before that, I have no clue because he's been in office, he's been a senator for longer than I've been alive. So as far as everything he's done, from what I've read over the past handful of years, President Biden has done a lot of very good things. As far as the success he's had over the past couple of years, again, he's fighting inflation. That's a big one. Inflation is something that the American people have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I talked about this earlier on this morning. I'm over here in California, and here in California, everything's expensive. It's very expensive. In Washington State, for a meal, I'll pay $18 to $25 here for some of these meals I've been having. I'm looking at $30 to maybe $50 a piece. It's expensive. But the reason why I even bring up inflation is because this is something that President Biden he's been hurt by. It's inflation. He's been hurt by inflation. He's been hurt by the people coming across the border. I talked to a few people just this morning after I posted the video I did earlier on today as well. And I talked to a few people and asked them if they're concerned, and their concern isn't that more people are coming in, it's that more people are coming in and they have the experience of, through agriculture, or they're willing to work in the heat. Right now here in, it says 78 degrees here in San Diego, but it feels hot. It feels like it's over 100. You can probably see my face. It's really burnt, but again, there's people that are coming in from other countries, Colombia, Mexico, from Panama, they're coming in from China. Okay, it's just crazy. The amount of people that I've seen and heard speaking Mandarin, there's quite a few. Now I have no clue if they're here legally or illegally. Maybe they're visiting. I have no idea, but I think it's interesting that there's so many people here. Okay. So those are just some of the things that President Biden has been fighting just recently. As of right now, the fight for him to keep the Democratic, have his name on the ticket, well, that fight is over. He has officially decided he is going to step away, and he will probably focus on his family. So we'll see what happens moving forward. The one thing I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way, and I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. And as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.